Hey guys, how you doing? We're back in the Star Fresh gym. So today's little video is going to be about what toning really means and then how can you do it through progressive overload. All right. So first of all, I got a little looks pretty complicated chart on the board. Well, first of all, toning. Okay, people that come to me in the gym, they just say to me, I want to tone up, but they don't really understand what toning means, okay? And when people want to tone up, they think that doing a bunch of cardio, loads and loads of cardio in the gym and losing weight is going to help them tone up, okay? And that actually isn't true. Toning, what toning really is my drawing of a bicep, basically. So you got a little bit of the red is a muscle, okay, if you can see that, and then the black line just above is going to be the fat surrounding the muscles. So when you want to tone a muscle, you can't tone a muscle, okay? A muscle is a muscle, it is what it is. You can make it go bigger, and you can lose body fat. So when you increase the muscle size and decrease the fat, you can see the muscle through the skin. That is what toning is, all right? So if you do loads and loads of cardio and don't do any kind of resistance training, your muscle will go, okay? So, you burn off muscle and you burn off fat, and therefore everything sort of shrinks. So you don't get any real tone there. You just get basically become a skinnier version of your bigger self, basically. So that is why you need to do resistance training. So with that in mind, okay, in order to tone, the only real way to do it is to lower your body fat, either maintain or increase your muscle mass, okay? And when you're in a calorie deficit and when you're trying to lose weight, it's very, very difficult to do both at the same time. So when you're in the gym, all you're trying to do is stimulate the muscle to stay where it is. So you don't want to, put on slabs of muscle. You just basically want to maintain what you've got. And this is the sort of chart that follows, okay? So when all of us start at the gym, or no matter what level you're at, okay, this line number one is basically your baseline. So when you go into the gym and you start doing some weights, and and you're using loads that they're going to stimulate new muscle growth and everything else, what happens is your body goes straight into a shock phase. Okay, so so when you finish in the gym, you get you go, Jesus Christ, what just happened to my body right there? Then what happens is your body starts to adapt. So all those tiny little bodybuilders in your body, they start getting together and you start to get sore after the shock phase, and all the protein tries to get back in your muscles, and what it tries to do is rebuild the muscle. Therefore, you're adapting to the load that you initially put on that muscle, because what it's doing is thinking, Jesus, you just absolutely destroyed me there. You've broken down muscle fibers. Your body's going into a bit of shock, and it's thinking, right, how are we going to prevent this from happening again? What we're going to do is we're going to get lots of protein in there. We're going to start rebuilding, and then you're going to come up, and there's a cycle. And you come up to the top, and you come to optimal adaptation, and that is where now you're potentially strong enough not to be sore the next time you do the same weight. Then what starts to happen is if you don't re-stimulate that muscle, you start coming down into a detraining mode. So your mission is, or your goal is, to go back in the gym just as you've had time to recover, and then overload it again. When you overload it again, you catch it before it comes to the bottom, it goes back into shock phase, then it comes back into adaptation phase, then it goes into optimal adaptation and comes back down. So essentially you get a wave that progressively goes upwards. That is what's going to happen with your muscle. That's how you're going to, either build muscle or just even maintain it, okay? Then what you hope to achieve is that your baseline now will become this, all right? And you're obviously trying to, increase your baseline and increase your muscle mass. So when you're doing, progressive overload, realistically, you need to be doing it. It depends what your goals are. If your goal is fat loss, then you need to be in a calorie deficit. You need to lose body fat and maintain your muscle. And you can only do that in the gym. Okay, you can't do it outside the gym. So when you go into the gym, your purpose solely is you don't build muscle in the gym. You build muscle by recovering afterwards. Okay, that's why it's really important to get your proteins and your carbs and your fats after training. And you must weight train. You must have loads that are essentially enough to stimulate new muscle growth. Okay, so with you can say, how do you do it? The progressive overload is just simply doing something a little bit more than you did last week, right? So if you're talking for, let's just say, cardio for argument's sake, and you go for a jog, and today you did 10 minutes. Well, next week, you're going to try and do 11 minutes. You've progressively overloaded without too much of a jump to 11 minutes. And the week after, do 12 minutes and 30 minutes and so on and so on. So then when you're doing weight training, though, it's a little bit different. Okay, you've got a few sort of factors involved in that. Okay, so you've got the amount of volume you do. So volume is just sets times reps times weight. So it's not too complicated. And in real simple terms, basically, if you did 3 sets of 10 this week with 10 kilos, there's a couple of ways to do it. Next week, you could either do 4 sets of 10 with 10 kilos, which gives you an extra set of volume, which is more than you did this week to overload it. You do 3 sets of 12 kilos, and that's obviously giving you more volume as well because you've done more reps with the weight. And you could literally use more weight on more reps. Okay, so there's loads of different ways you sort of manipulate all that. But that is what you want to be doing in the gym, all right? And that's how you do it. And if you keep on doing that over time, okay, you're going to slightly move the set point up. You're going to build new muscle, and it's going to be good for you. Okay, so as we talked about muscle before. End of the day, when you do it, it's more metabolically active. It's going to help you lose body fat while you're resting. And that is pretty much it for today. Okay, so when you tone in is building or maintaining muscle, reducing the body fat so you can see the muscle, all right? And you can't do it just by cardio alone. You need to be in the gym. And this is the process that needs to happen for you to do it through progressive overload. And simple as that. So I hope you like this video, guys. Give me a like and share or a comment. If you didn't understand something, let me know and I'll explain it a bit further. But if you want toning, you need to be in the gym, you need to be lifting some weights, and you need to be, challenging yourself in the gym, all right? So you probably want to looking at near sort of failure when you're in the gym. So when you get the muscle, it gives your muscles reason to adapt. If you're doing suboptimal training and you're lifting weights that are really, really easy, your body's just going to stay fluctuating up and down on this baseline and you're not really going to improve. So anyway, that's it from me. So anyway, guys, like I said, give me a like, share, or comment. Like I said, start fresh, guys. Don't make a change today. How will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.